Wow, there's some profound things said just now. In our group, time probably is the hardest of these three to get a handle on. Resources aren't so bad. Figuring out where you'd want to do it, but trying to actually get it done is really hard. Several of us talked about actually finding our time with God on our commute to and from work. You can get CDs from your Christian bookstore that actually are designed for that. For example, Roger mentioned that the New Testament, their whole church went through the New Testament a number of years ago in the course of a month by listening to the CD for 30 minutes a day. Yeah. That's all it took. Just lots of different ways to do it. One of us exercises, and while we exercise, we read on the stationary bike or whatever. Lots of different ways to do it. And so I commend you guys for making that effort. Very encouraging just to hear all the different ways that you're making it work. Legacy point 2 will be to bless your child by praying for them.
Before we go to the next legacy point, we have a question for you. And that question is the Aladdin lamp question. You rub it and you get 3 wishes, whatever you want. If you had a wish for your child, anything, what would you wish for as far as their future goes? And as a large group, let's throw out some of those wishes that we would have for our child.
So turn off your DVD player at home and talk about it in that whole large group, and then come back here in a couple minutes and let's see what we've come up with.
That was interesting, wasn't it? But legacy point 2 is bless your children by praying for them. And it's pray the virtues. Pray virtues for your children. That's something that will shape them for the rest of their life and also can last forever. When you think of the things that really matter, listen to Jesus' words when he says, if you can ask for anything, let me give you that what really matters. Matthew 7, and this is ask, seek, and knock. After he talks about that, he says in verse 9, which of you, if his son asks for bread, you're going to give him a stone? Or if he asks for fish, you're going to give him a snake? If you then, though you're evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? So ask for good gifts. But what are they? So in everything, he says, do to others what you would have them do to you. What's the good gift? The good gift is having that kind of virtue in your life that comes from the inhabitation of the Spirit of God himself that lets you be selfless. And that's something that we want to literally pray, not just for our kids, but pray into our kids. And we can bless them with that kind of prayer.
You have on your handout 31 biblical virtues to pray for your kids. And those come from this, I guess it's a bookmark, but it's also a prayer guide. 31, you could pray 1 virtue a day into your child's life. And so you look at the different ones there, salvation, growth in grace, love, etc. All of these would be wonderful characteristics to pray for your child. And so we'll be giving each of you one of these. You can use it as a bookmark in your child's picture Bible or in your own Bible. So as you look at the list now, reflect on your child. What is one virtue that you already see God developing in your child's life? And circle that one on your handout. And then put a check beside one virtue that you'd especially like to pray for whatever reason. And then once you've checked one and circled one, then get back into your small group and talk about that for a few minutes, why you marked them the way you did. We'll see you back here in a few minutes.